welcome to the video. Today we are going to feature our new LGC Moto dirt bike wheels. If you followed the channel, you guys know I do a lot of off-road riding in the woods. I race Florida Hare Scramble Series, the Enduro Series, and GNCC. Very hard on my wheels. To keep myself in this hobby and to stay motivated basically in racing, I decided with my wife to start our own wheel company. We did a lot of research and development on these wheels. We're using a 70/50 aluminum rim, a 60/61 hub, the 4mm spokes. You can do silver or anodized nipples, high quality Japanese NSK bearings, very high quality wheel. And because there's no middleman, they come in at a very, very affordable price point. Right now we have wheels available for KTM, Husky, Gas, and Yamaha. And also Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki. They will be coming in the next few months. So I'll walk around this bike and show you the wheel up close. We love these wheels. I've been running them now for about 7 months, I think. I've beat the hell out of them and they're still going, still true and everything. So here's a quick close-up of the wheel. You could find these at lgcmoto.com. I might have a little discount code if you watch this YouTube video, so be sure to like and subscribe, not only the Life of Onell channel, but our LGC Moto channel as well. And today, we're also going to feature the Lucioli 7mm dual rim lock integrated inner tube. We're going to install those on our LGC Moto rims for this local 2022 KTM 300 XCW. The owner of this bike also is involved with Red Taz energy drink, so we're very excited to collaborate with him on this bike. I've seen this bike on the trail a few times. It's a beautiful bike and he spares no expense, so we're happy to be installing this set of LGC Moto wheels on this KTM 300. So I appreciate you guys tuning in and we'll get right down to the installation. And before we do the installation, I just want to go over the tubes themselves. Right now these are available in the 21-inch front size and the 18-inch size, and these fit 18-inch wheels from the 110 118 all the way up to the 140 80 18 size, so pretty universal size for an 18-inch wheel. You could run these as low as 5 psi and they're 7mm thick, very durable, high quality tube made from Brazilian rubber. I love these things. The coolest part about them is, if you look, I'll walk around the bike. If you look close here, you're going to see 1, 2, and 3. Of course, 1 is your straighter valve. But this has 2 integrated rim locks inside the tube. So these are a bit harder rubber there. You don't have to run a separate rim lock with these. And that allows you to run these at a very low PSI for maximum traction. Install we'll go over. It's not too hard, but you know, there are some things to look out for when you're installing these. And then durability. Because they're 7mm thick, you're not going to have to worry about rotating your mousses or a pinch flat, you know, with a standard tube, or you know, them just wearing out like some tubes do if they're in there for a couple years. These are going to last a very long time. I really like these. And they come at a price point that is comparable to your mousses, being that these last longer and they're a little more universal. You're not going to run into any flat spots. I think these are a very, very good buy for the average and hardcore professional enduro rider. So bear with us. We're going to go through this install video. I'll try to be as thorough as I can. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. But this is the 18-inch size here, like I said. And this is the 21, same deal, straighter valve and dual integrated rim locks. One feature about this, you do need to drill an additional hole in your rim. It's the same spacing as if you were to run like a tubeless setup. So it's 4 holes over from either one of these straighter valves. So I'll show you guys that in this video. I appreciate you guys tuning in. The key thing is to start with a small drill bit and work your way up to the final size. The final size, like we said, is 11/32. I'm going to start out with this 7/64, work my way all the way up. Now, I use an impact drill. There's multiple ways you can do this. If you're not comfortable with this, please have somebody like a mechanic or somebody that's done this before do this for you. You don't want to mess up your brand new wheel. If you'd like this to be done on your LGC Moto wheels, when you purchase them, just let me know and I can do it for you. But we already counted our spacing from the original hole, which is 4 over, so it's, or sorry, the 5th hole over, 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, 4th hole over, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've already measured it like I showed you earlier, and I have my center point here. May not be able to see it on camera, but I have the center point here, and I'm going to start with the smallest bit. Here we go. Light pressure is all you need if you're using a good drill bit. And most of the time I like to have something on the floor so you can see the shavings come off. Not through yet, but I just like to make sure we're not going at an angle and it's all clean before I break through. And there we go. We broke through with the small drill bit size. Now, at this point, if you mess up or something, you can still manipulate the final hole because it's such a small hole. So if it's off to the side or off center or something like that, when you step up to your next size, you have that play. You know, you have the space to play with. The next one should be a little easier because your pilot hole's already there. We're going to keep stepping up in size here. And as you heard, I'm using an impact drill. I love these things. There we go. And the second to final size. I'll get the other drill. And my drill is dead. Now I run it through a few times just to make sure you got it all. And then of course, make sure all the shavings out of there because there is an inner tube that's going to go on there. I'm going to grab a brush real quick just to make sure all the shavings are out. Quick paintbrush. Get all the shavings out of there. Be very thorough with this. You don't want any aluminum shavings staying in these nipples because that could break your regular inner tube if you're not doing Lucioli's. So just make sure that's all out of there. Now what I like to do is look at the other side. Take this off. This side here, it's perfectly drilled right in the middle. I'm going to take a fine file to this and just make sure there's no sharp edges on it. But that's a perfectly drilled hole there for that extra rim lock. And that's how you drill the hole. This thing will focus on it. There we go. Show the other side. Focus. There. Perfect. Oh, there it is. Where is it? There it is. Sorry about that, guys. So that's what it should look like when you're done. Good close-up of the wheel as well. I love these things. Very high quality OEM plus wheel. available for Yamaha, KTM, Husky, Gas, 18 and 19 inch rear wheel sizes available. Of course, a 21 front. So I think everybody knows how to remove their wheels, but I'll do it quickly and speed this video up for you. But I use a 27 mil half-inch drive socket. Loosen this rear nut. Ooh, I love new bikes. The axle just slides right out. I try to keep these threads clean, so I put the adjuster right back on the axle, set this somewhere safe, like in there. Now we're going to lift up on the wheel, move it forward, remove this chain from the other side. The wheel should slide right out. So the first thing we're going to do is kind of sit on this tire. It's already soft. I like to collapse the tube and get it started down here. Just like that. Just work it in there. Again, these are thick, so they're not as easy to manipulate as the regular tubes, but use leverage and lube and they'll go right in. Just like that. And I took the valve core out of the tube while I'm installing it, just so it can kind of move around on its own. And I always like to just massage it so it's sitting pretty and relaxed in there. So now we're going to bring the tire stand back over. Excuse the mess on the ground. I'll lock this down. There we go. Start working this tire onto the rim. Now keep in mind of the placement of your two rim lock threads and your Schrader valve. Right now I have it all lined up perfect. There's two here, one over there. I'm gonna get the tire started first. You know what, I'm gonna throw some lube on here to make it easier. Again, this is just basic Armor All. This can all be wiped off later, so don't worry about that. All right. Again, make sure your holes are lined up okay here. And work this on. I'm going to be pretty careful about the threads from the rim lock, scratching this rim. It's a brand new rim, so don't want to nick it all up. And you know what? I'm going to throw the rim protectors on just to be safe. This is a brand new LGC rim. I'd rather not scratch it up installing this. Three, two, one. Okay, so I have my rim guards on. Those rim guards can be found pretty much anywhere. I think I got these on Amazon a while ago. But now we're going to slowly work this tire on, keeping an eye on the threads for the rim locks. So I think I'm going to start on this end. this up under that to start. Oops, that's a blooper. I may not cut that out, whatever, it happens. All right, let's try this again. Make sure the holes are lined up, yep. Let's not be an idiot this time. Go. I'm being as careful as I can. This rim is brand new, so take that much. Oops. Luckily the rim protector's on. Okay, I don't need this one anymore because most of that side is started. And I don't think it's going to pop off. And with the rim protector, you can just kind of jam the tool in there now. Gives you a little bit more leverage. And this should pop right on like that. Okay, so one side's on. Now, for what I call the hard part. You gotta get your holes lined up for the valve stem and Schrader valve. There we go. So I have them close, and this will move around a little bit as you work the tire on there. I'm going to start with these two first, and then do the far side. So wish me luck. And again, these tubes are really tough, so you can actually push them with the tire tool. Make sure to have your rim protector on. So when it frees itself up, it doesn't nick the rim. There's one. And all I'm trying to do right now is get it past the rim. The tube is so tight on the rim that if not, the threads can start nicking your rim and scratch it really bad. So we're not going to do that. So I'm just going to take my time, use the rim protector, tubes, and lube, and let that thing clear just like that. No damage to the rim at all. And this one already cleared because that's what I started it with. So I'm going to remove my rim protector now. And start working my fingers in here to get the rim lock and Schrader valve lined up. Now this is going to take some strength, possibly some tools, so bear with me. Sometimes you could move it around to see where you need to be. And right now, yeah, the rim twisted a little bit, so I'm just going to work it back over. And we're almost there. There's one. Schroeder valve popped in. And there's some tension on it, so once you get it close, it's going to pop through on its own. Just going to lightly work the tool in again. Okay. I kind of use the tool to help see where I need to be. And really all I'm doing is moving the valve left and right. And we're almost there. And once I pull this tool out, it should, yep, rest in place on its own. Perfect. There's the second one. Now I'm going to be chasing this third one on the opposite side. So again, have a little bit of patience. Use the leverage that you have from the tire. Get yourself some space. I'm looking for it. I can see it down in there. You can kind of see if you're close in the hole. Should be fairly close. Yep. And again, once I pull the tool out, it should rest into place on its own. Hopefully. Yep. And there we go. From this point, it's normal tire mounting. Get yourself some leverage. I like to start right next to the rim lock. I'll spray a little more lube on here so it slips on nice and easy. Tire tools. What you saw right there, I'm not sure if the camera picked it up, but that's the reason you have lube. It's because once the tire has some leverage, sometimes it can just pop in on its own. I also like to use these bead locker systems. It acts as a tire tool so you don't have to hold it or sit on it like I was. I think I got that little tool on Amazon as well. It's like 10 bucks or something. But it does make things easy. Good. Over here. Relax that down a little bit. Oops. Now with this last part, just be careful. If you have a tool like this one, it allows you to stick the tool up in the tire first without scratching the rim. This makes things a lot easier. This might just pop on its own. Just like that. Sometimes these are under tension now. Okay. All right, and from here I'm going to throw the valve core in, and once these rim lock threads come out a little bit, I will tighten everything up. So let's find the valve core. I'm not sure where I put it. Interesting. Here's the tool. Let's see, do I have another one? All right, luckily I have spares, so grab the valve core real quick. There we go, I think that's perfect. Throw the valve core in. Use the tip of your valve cap. It's got an integrated tool in it. Okay, that's in there. And now I'm going to pump this up. I like to pump it up to about 30 psi to start, just to make sure the bead sets in. And embarrassingly, I only have a foot pump today. Next, we're going to install the LGC Moto front and rear brake rotors. These are available on the site as well. I think they're $74.99, so excellent value. I've been running these for a while myself. Painted on the ends to prevent the corrosion that happens to a lot of rotors, so very simple install. You could pick up a set of rotor bolts at lgcmoto.com. I think these are $8, and there's enough bolts in there for both wheels, so we're going to get these installed like that. I'll find my 8mm somewhere, and I like to run these in with a drill first to get it started, and then I'll do the final torque with a wrench. You don't want to use an impact on these. If an impact hits them too much, they can break off, and you don't want to deal with that with a broken off rotor bolt in your brand new hub, because you'll probably have to drill it out or take some other, measure that can damage the rim or anodizing. So we're going to take these bolts. Probably should have opened these beforehand. Get them started by hand. Come on, baby. There we go. And as with anything, use a crisscross pattern. Just makes sense when you're torquing things down. And like I said, I'm going to do the final torque by hand. Just make sure they're tight. I've done a ton of these, so I just kind of know how tight they need to be. But if you're curious, look in your owner's manual for the torque specs on the rotor bolts. And the rotor bolts from the website have integrated Loctite on them, so these aren't going to vibrate and loosen up on you. That could be very dangerous. And this wheel is good to go. I'll clean off this lube from the tire install, but this is your LGC front wheel and rotor bolt set. All right, there you have it, all done. Wheels installed, rotors installed, sprocket installed, and Lucioli's installed. On a scale of 1 to 5, I'd give this about a 3 difficulty for the Lucioli's. I mean, any guy with the right tire tools or shop with the right tire tools can do it. I've done a ton of tires, so I was able to figure it out. It's not that difficult, just patience, the right tire tools, and a lot of lubrication. And it's a pretty easy, well, it's a doable install. So yeah, big shout out to Enduro Planet in Orlando for supplying this bike to work on. We put the LGC Moto top of the line wheels on it, along with our rotors, like I said, and the 7mm thick Lucioli tubes. Visit lgcmoto.com to buy your tubes. We have merch on there. We have inner tubes, rim strips, wheel locks, and most importantly, our plethora of LGC wheels. Right now, we have KTM Husqvarna and Gas available, with Yamaha available early January. So we really appreciate you guys tuning in and hope to see you guys all at the track. Thank you.